Today we will be exploring the use of genograms in career development. Firstly, we will look at how the tool relates to the postmodern constructivist theory. Then we will examine its effectiveness, how suitable it is for diverse groups, along with the benefits and drawbacks of selecting this tool. Lastly, we will look at the client management process and best practice. Genograms provide a unique visual representation of the various elements of one's family of origin. It is a simple method for displaying a three-generational graphic model of the student's family. It is traditionally represented with squares for males, circles for females, a single generation is shown on the same horizontal level, and relationships are demonstrated by the use of connecting lines. Modifications and creativity, such as additional shapes and symbols, are encouraged for children who do not live within a nuclear family environment. The CP and student can work together to determine which individuals in the family have been influential in the development of the student's career expectations. It allows understanding of aspects such as work versus career, gender expectations, career opportunity, and family clusters of work and skills. Genograms are qualitative by nature and consistent with the postmodern constructivist approach. This method provides the facilitation of the construction of personal meanings around their career lifespan. Including such narratives within the career counselling process provides a change in the goal of career assessments, reflecting a shift away from just finding a job to discovering and knowing oneself. There is a stronger emphasis on the relationship between the CP and the student as co-collaborators, with the constructivist assessment enabling both the CP and student to be actively involved in the process. The process will co-construct, deconstruct, and construct the student's life story. Students who are tactile, kinesthetic, or visual learners may especially find genograms to be useful. CPs need to be aware that these processes are very labour-intensive, time-consuming, and additionally, they must be administered by trained, knowledgeable, and competent CPs. The processing of the genogram allows the student to understand who may have influenced their career decisions in a negative or positive way and reveal broader family subtleties. Students becoming aware of their family supports and values can be better prepared for action taking and imagining a new path in their world of work. There have been limited empirical studies carried out on the genogram. Variable accuracy, poor reliability, and validity has been found among doctoral students recording genograms. In spite of these findings, when genograms have been used as a qualitative assessment within a constructivist framework, they have assisted students to derive meaning from their familial connections. There is no cohesive approach to evaluating qualitative assessments such as the genogram. In a study conducted with college students, researchers used the constant comparative method, ensuring credibility, trustworthiness, and confirmability. They discovered participants recognize a number of common themes. Genograms can be used with clients from a range of backgrounds, with some exceptions. Women typically identify the challenges of work and family life balance, recognize gender socialization and how their aspirations correlate. While men also discover particular ideas about gender, they may deliberate over what success and achievement look like. Genograms are appropriate to use at any stage in life, as career ambitions can emerge early on. This career assessment tool has been used successfully for a variety of races, ethnicities, members from the LGBTIQ+ community, and those with disabilities. However, not all students are compatible, as the genogram can prove to be problematic when used with individuals that are adoptees, have experienced the foster care system, require physical accommodations, some learning disabilities, and some psychological disorders. Using genograms requires a narrative approach which effectively develops the student's sense of self and helps them to take ownership of forging their own career paths. Students develop meaning through constructing their genograms and reflect on the impact this has on their narrative. This deepens their understanding of their family ties and their journey so far. Selecting this assessment tool goes beyond testing and then results. Instead, a rapport with the student must be built and a collaborative approach is taken. This approach empowers the individual to recognize the influences on them and their career path, contributing to the decision-making process. Some of the limitations of the genogram include the high level of technical skills required to utilize the tool effectively. This may deter some CPs from using this or not getting the desired outcomes. This career assessment tool can also make some practitioners feel uncomfortable for a number of reasons, in which case it would not be appropriate to use. The CP does not need to be an expert on all potential diverse clients that could approach them, but have an openness to learn as part of the process to know and understand the individual. It is also imperative that the CP is culturally sensitive to use the tool effectively. Within Australia, CPs are guided by SEEKR's professional standards for CPs and ACA's Code of Ethics and Practice. Ethical behaviour underpins all work administered by CPs and supports all facets of client management, including protecting the client's privacy. Genograms rely on discussion and reflection, and while the original genogram and reflections can remain with the client, any notes kept by the CP would be subject to standard CP protocol and within a WA public school, the Department of Education. As processing the genogram is not part of a teacher's training, the CP must lead in that stage. If students are reluctant to share their results, this may present an opportunity for individualised career counselling. A structured plan should be set before giving the test. Include the goals and purpose, application, settings, time allocation, and materials. It can be linked to different subject areas such as history or English and follow a lesson plan which could include students being requested to carry out interviews on family members in the pre-learning stage. Parents are often aware of the influence they have over their children's career development and should be encouraged to participate in activities relating to their career guidance. Keeping parents informed via a letter also enables them to be part of the process and understand their important role. Administering the genogram can follow these steps: explanation of purpose and steps involved, collection of information, and with support, draw the genogram. Use questions and discussion. Use different contexts. Look at patterns and exceptions. Review the information and follow up. Explicit explanation and step-by-step direction to draw the genogram could take place in one class. Students could then complete for homework, creating opportunity for career conversations with parents and carers. Follow-up could then occur during another lesson, including opportunity to process patterns and exceptions, reflection, and goal setting. As the genogram is very much a qualitative assessment and self-reflective tool, the debrief that occurs is very important for both the student and the CP. A series of open-ended questions can be used to encourage students to reflect on the information in the genogram and how they may use it in their own career decisions. Career practitioners need to consider the following indications for best practice implementation. Have a preparation and procedure plan. Keep parents informed. Get students to store their genograms in their career portfolios. Always operate within ethical practice protocols. Create an environment conducive to teamwork between the CP and the classroom teacher. When discussing and using examples, use the broad and diverse family structures that exist today. Have a set of flexible questions to create discussion and help students reflect. CPs should be aware of the following contraindications. If the student has experienced family separation, the genogram may be counterproductive and leave both the CP and the student feeling uncomfortable, and students must be allowed to choose not to participate. Time management can be an issue when used within a school setting, and students could complete some of the drawings at home, leaving time for the processing at school. The information provided by the student may be considered to have validity issues, as the student may lack knowledge or provide wrong information, and if so, individual counselling should be taking place. CPs need to take into consideration and show sensitivity towards their students who have differing family backgrounds and life experiences. Additionally, be aware that some settings that are used for career counselling can make confidentiality and privacy more difficult to achieve. This needs to be examined prior to administering. In conclusion, our group's recommendations are as follows. Use the tool, be flexible and creative, collaborate with the teacher, use a lesson plan, keep parents informed and included, encourage communication, be mindful of privacy and setting, offer group and individualized reflection sessions, and maintain the genogram in career portfolio and use as a regular working document.